if we can tell you guys anything, encourage everybody in your family to find a way to connect with each other on a regular basis. It doesn't have to look the same, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be something that you do here and there. And I will tell you, there will be giggles, there will be laughs, there will be conversations, there will be bonding. And it's so neat to see your kids having fun together, even if you're not in the middle of it. Hello, everyone. We are Greg and Jacquie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week, we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world.
All right, guys, welcome back. Chatting with Abbie and Crissy here, and we were just laughing about funny stories. I'll let the girls talk about some of them, but we just think it's so funny to laugh at yourself throughout life. I don't know. We were just sitting here thinking that we wanted to chat with you guys today about how all the kids create bonds, even though there's such a gap sometimes with some being girls, some being boys, age gap with our oldest versus our youngest. But as we were discussing that, we were just laughing about situations where we've had to laugh at ourselves, like where things have happened that you didn't expect it. And they were just talking about one at lunch today. Crissy, go ahead and explain what you were you couldn't even hold it in.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many funny stories that, like, especially with my older two sisters, we can just laugh forever about them. But I mean, I wasn't there, but I've been told the story that. Okay, Abbie, you tell the story.
Okay, so it was our first day of tennis, and we had to go into the school and have a meeting in the cafeteria. So we're going to get it, and the doors are locked. So you have to either ask to go in, or you have I think a key to get in. We didn't have anything, so we're trying to figure out how to get in. This one person just walks out. We're a little ways away. I go running for the door to try to save myself, and it just rained, so it's kind of slippery outside. I grab the door and slip. It is so embarrassing. I on the ground, and Bella's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine." I'm fine.
So her whole back end is wet as she walks in for this meeting as a new freshman to meet all the tennis players, right?
Yes.
I love it. All right. Well, we just finished up with tennis, so that kind of was the wrap of that. That's out of the way now. And moving on till next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had definitely to learn to laugh at ourselves through situations, whether they're in public, whether they're embarrassing, whatever it was. But it really helps when you're telling stories to other people, because you can make fun of yourself and then laugh over that. So that's really fun.
So, but also these stories, even though they were funny, I'm sure it made Bella laugh inside so hard. But that's the way that you can connect with each other, is by telling stories that's going on with your life, with each other, with each other and our siblings. All of us love to laugh. We just love to laugh and just think of funny stories and all that stuff. So it's super fun when you could just tell a funny story, even if it's a little embarrassing. You could just laugh it off and just enjoy life. And when we were talking about having bonds between our siblings, Hunter, our youngest, she's 10 years younger than me, so it's quite an age gap with what she likes, what I like. She likes to play with her dolls. I like to do arts and crafts, or I like to sew with my sewing machine, or I like to garden. But we figured out ways that we can connect with each other, and it's just so fun. Hunter, when we had a garden last year, she would love to come out and pick all the fruit with me. She would come out and she'd be so excited, and that's just one way that we'd get to bond. We'd get to talk to each other, and then she'd pick these huge cucumbers that we had in our garden, and she'd just enjoy the whole cucumber. She ate more vegetables than she ever has when our garden was up.
Yes, I think that's such a good point is, learning how to be intentional with each other. Greg and I always talk about how important it is to be intentional when you're parenting, but we have taught the kids how to really bond with each other, because it really takes planning sometimes. I mean, of course, we're going to have the fun moments that happen all the time, but if we don't take the time to actually bond with each of our siblings, then we might miss an opportunity to connect with them.
Right, like whatever it may be, whether it's with my brother, he loves playing what he calls sock basketball, which is his little indoor basketball hoop that he used to throw his socks in, but now we got him like a little squish basketball. He likes to play that. He made up all his rules of 3-point line, and this could be a 4-pointer, and this is a 2-pointer, only this many dunks per game, stuff like that. And he loves just to play like sometimes, and that just kind of fills his quality time love language sometimes. And even if it's not exactly what I want to play, because he's into all the boy sports and I'm into all my girly sports, so it's a little different sometimes. But he's also really good about playing with me, whether it's I just want to read and hang out together, or he'll just hang out and talk when I'm maybe brushing the dog, or if I'm doing arts and crafts, he'll just sit and keep me company. And he's really good about, well, you played with me, so I'll play with you.
Right. It's like you can see how the kids have learned how to just play together in whatever it is that each of them enjoys. And it doesn't mean that you're always going to enjoy doing all of what somebody else likes, but you can enjoy being around your sibling and connecting and growing that relationship.
Yeah, that's very right. Like, even though me and Bella are close to each other, we have different personalities. Like, she loves to read, but that is not exactly my thing. It's not my favoriteest thing. I like to read, but I do not like it as much as she does. She, enjoys it. It's her way of relaxation, and that's not my way. Or she just likes different things. Like, even though we're similar in so many ways, we also have differences, and even though we don't have a large age gap at all, we still have differences between each other. So it's also finding things that we can do together. Like, we can talk together, we can play the piano together, we can just do different things together that we both enjoy together. We play tennis together. Like, we just find the things that we both are interested in. But even sometimes when she wants to read, I'll come and read with her because I just want to be around her. I want to make sure that we get this bond together. But with Crissy, it's a little more easier because she likes to do a whole bunch of crafts. And so me and her can just hang out and do crafts or do whatever we just want to do together. And like with Ellie, it's just finding different ways because it's a 5-year gap between me and her, 4-year, 5-year. But she still is just as close as any other of my siblings. Like, she is just in the group. She's all in with all of our girl stuff. She likes to watch movies with us together. Like, even if it's a new movie, she likes to watch it all and just hang out and just be with her big sisters.
Yes, I think it's just a good example where it's like no matter what their likes are, everybody will take the time to do it for the person because they love them. I've watched so many times where it's, Drews will come and be like, well, somebody play basketball with me. And maybe one of his sisters isn't very good at it. Compared to him, who he practices all the time and he loves the sport, it's hard sometimes to stay competitive with him. He's very good at what he does. And so I've seen so many times though, his sister will be like, you know what? I'll come out, I'll play with you for a little bit, but I'll watch you. I'll sit here and maybe I'll work on something that I want to do, but I'll be outside with you. And that's a way to just bond and be close to each other. I've watched so many times where it's like even Drews has connected with Hunter where it's like, naturally, first of all, he's a boy. And number two, she's so much younger than him that it'd be easy to be, no, Hunter, I don't feel like doing that. That's not what I like to do or anything like that. But he has found ways to either go on a little bike ride with her or, play a game with her or read with her or go out on the trampoline with her or, take a walk with her so that they can stay connected even though there's a gap there too. And I think it's so important for us all to realize that we have talked so many times about how a parent needs to continuously, connect with their child and maybe go on dates with them or play activities that they like to do or find their likes and really jump into their likes with them. But siblings have to do the same thing. They need to figure out how to deepen their relationship all the time.
And that's one thing that our mom and dad have taught us together. They'd say, okay, all you guys are going to go outside for 20 minutes and jump on the trampoline because they want to make sure that we get that bond together. And even at first, for do we really need to? But then by the time, like 5 minutes later, we're all having fun together and jumping. And Mom and Dad knew that at first, even if we didn't want to do it, because we were like doing our own thing, just enjoying ourselves inside or just doing our own thing or whatever. They realized that we need to bond together. So we've taken more responsibility in making sure that we do it to each other, so they don't need to tell us to do it as often. But sometimes there's times where like everybody just needs to get together. We need to all make sure that we're bonding together, because we have routine meetings and we go throughout the day, but sometimes we just need just a breather, just like, even though it's not something that we have to do, it's something that we want to do all together. It's something that we're going to do to bond together, like jump in the trampoline. Like, I cannot tell you how many games we came up in the trampoline with all of us just coming together, and we would have so much fun just jumping, pretending we were in different worlds, and just playing together. And that's like really how you can grow a connection, is just hanging out with each other, but also doing something that all you guys enjoy. Like, we figured out certain games that certain one of us don't like to play, or different people don't like to play, but we all figure out something that we all can play together that's just fun, and it can include everybody, like from Hunter all the way to me. Even though there's an age gap and there's a little different like skill level in it, we can all play together and just have fun.
Right, and this reminds me of, so many times we've been playing together, but one thing is that me, and especially my younger sister Ellie, we love to play this game called Store. And it's where we literally ask our mom, can we have like these 3 rooms, Mom, just for like the next 3 days? Like,
Yes, when you were younger, this is what you used to do at least once a week.
yeah, it was totally, it was kind of a big mess. So we'd have to ask Mom beforehand, before we started playing this. We'd be like, Mom, can we like have these 3 rooms where you like don't walk into for the next 3 days? And she'd be like, sure, it's the weekend, sure. And we'd be like, okay, we just like pretty much like destroy that room with all of our big stores. We'd come up with like hair salons and facial places and like bookstores and all kinds of stores, and we would make our paper money, and we would be trading, and we would be pretending we were like moms and had our babies and things like that. And we would have like these holistic like places that we would like get checkups and stuff, and it was really fun. And so sometimes our parents would be like, okay, Abbie and Bella, play with them for only 1 day. And me and Ellie would be like, girls, we'll get out all your stuff and we'll put it all away. Just play with us. So then we all ended up having fun, and that's just one way that like all of us like to bond, even though it was quite a messy thing.
Well, and what was neat is that, of course, when Abbie and Bella were younger, they used to try to rope you guys into it, to do it with them first. And maybe you guys didn't feel like doing it. And so we would say, well, will you just play with them for 1 day? And then you started loving it. And then as they got a little bit older, we'd ask, the same thing to happen. And I will just tell you, majority of the time, like after the like couple of days where I'm like, hey guys, we got to clean up the rooms. We got school stuff going on this week, or, whatever the case may be. Everybody had so much fun that they didn't even want to clean it all up. You guys wanted to do it for 3 more days together.
Right, because it was just so fun being able to like be grown up for a few days and have our own stores and be our own business owners and just live in dreamland for a few days.
Yes, and to bond with each other.
Yeah.
And laugh and make memories.
Yeah, that's so right. And like how we bond with Bruce is like we get to play basketball together. We get to play all these games. Like we came up with this thing. It's what we play for football. Like when we go to the beach or whatever, we play football together. And instead of playing it as rough, we play where if you have the football and you're running to the touchdown, if somebody taps you with both their hands, then you're out. Like we've made sports up that we can play all together, because it's different with one boy and then so many girls. We figured out how to play games where Drusy can really get his competitive spirit in it, and like also different games like wiffle ball, which is like baseball just with wiffle balls is what we do. And like we have all the bases, we have the outs and the ins and like all that stuff, and like Drusy's the best player on it because he just loves the sports that he gets to play. But
when you guys do your street hockey.
Yeah, or we're going to do street hockey where we get on our roller skates and our roller blades, and we have our goals and we got our hockey sticks, and we just figure out different ways where Drusy can also play with us, and all of us can just be together and hang out.
Yeah, I think it's neat the way they all have figured out that they each can have fun regardless of the skill level, regardless of the age gap, regardless if you're, a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter. They just love playing together. And the best example of it all is that, of course, they have fun, but now Hunter is just a part of it. and they've done such a good job, even though there's, like Abbie said, like a 10-year gap with them or a 9-year gap with Crissy or whatever the case may be, that she just feels like she's there bonding with you guys also.
Right, and in the end, you probably might end up liking that one thing. Like maybe if I'm playing with my brother Drews, maybe I'll end up liking basketball. Who knows? Just try it and bond with them at the same time.
Yeah, so if we can tell you guys anything, encourage everybody in your family to find a way to connect with each other on a regular basis. It doesn't have to look the same, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be something that you do here and there. And I will tell you, there will be giggles, there will be laughs, there will be conversations, there will be bonding. And it's so neat to see your kids having fun together, even if you're not in the middle of it.
Yeah, because overall, just remember, all of us are going to be together. We're the closest friends we've got. We're the closest people. And Mom and Dad wanted to make sure that we didn't have other people as our, BFFs. All of us. When somebody asks, who's your BFF? All my siblings. All my siblings, my brother, all my sisters, they're my best friends for life. They are the ones that I want to stay close to forever. They're the ones that have the same morals as me and have the same ideas and want to go win in life. So they're the ones that are going to be my best friends, not other people that I just see at the park or somebody that, wherever you're going, it's just going to be they're going to be your best friends for life, and you always want to keep it that way. So you got to make sure that you have that time to bond together, to come together, to learn together, to grow together. And even as we do homeschool together, even though we don't always like to do our schooling, we like to be just together. Our whole room, we have all of our homeschool in one room together, so we can just bond and be together. And if we have questions, we can ask each other and just grow a connection with each other.
That's good. Any last words, Crissy?
Nope, I think we pretty much covered it. I mean, it's just as simple as just find a way to bond with your siblings, and then just do it. And even if it isn't maybe every day, it could just be once a week, once every other week, just something to fill up that love tank.
That's good.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. See you next time.